Katie Price, a somatic shambles. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Car crash narcissist, both in the literal and metaphorical sense, Katie Price is currently in Dubai. Yes, a place that attracts more than its fair share of narcissists amongst the fake it till you make it influencer brigade has attracted La Price. You're about to see her on a yacht. I've removed the sound because music's playing and that invariably results in a copyright complication on YouTube. But it's more about the way that she looks than what she's actually got to say, because those of you that are familiar with her know that what comes out of her mouth is of little real consequence. Have a look at her here, lounging on a yacht. In case you really want to know what she had to say, she explained, "This boat is going to be beautiful today." Why? Is it going to have a makeover or something? She's explaining that it's a beautiful sunset, that it's lovely company, and she's just relaxing. But as I mentioned, it's not so much about what she has to say, but the way that she looks. A lady that has just recently had her 17th breast augmentation, and you can see that quite clearly, adorned in tattoos, and with the old turkey teeth on display also. Now, naturally, she's perfectly entitled to look the way that she wants. It is her body. But the way that she presents herself is representative of a somatic narcissist with a fixation on appearance. She is regularly criticized for the way that she looks, and you will form your own view. But the way that she looks is designed to provoke. She naturally, seen through the delusion of her narcissism, believes that she looks fantastic. I think many people would, as objectively as possible, disagree with that analysis. Instead, they see an individual that deems that it is appropriate to augment her natural assets in a way that become particularly eye-catching, that she undergoes cosmetic procedures because she believes that makes her look all the more attractive. And attractiveness is important to her because subconsciously that is the way that she asserts control over people, receives fuel from them, and accesses residual benefits. But we're going to see another clip of Ms. Price, this time as she's modelling, and I use the word in its most elastic sense, some attire that she deems would be appropriate for a wedding. Again, I'll let you judge if you agree with that conclusion.
Love this outfit. Girls, if you want to get married abroad, what a perfect wedding outfit. Love this. Look at that. Good for the beach, this. A good beach wedding outfit. Love it. Woo!
Your IQ has probably gone down a few points as a consequence of witnessing that, so let's bring it back up with some insight from your glorious narrator. Once again, you'll notice the somatic narcissist, the surrounds, a rather pleasant villa, sun shining, so attractive surroundings which appeal to the somatic narcissist, the necessity of taking to filmed footage in order to show this off, and we're told that girls, if you want to get married and have a beach wedding rather, this is the perfect outfit. I'm sure many of you recoiled in horror as you looked on what she was wearing, and of course who is wearing it, as she models this outfit, suggesting that this is an appropriate piece of attire for you to wear should you attend your own wedding on a beach somewhere. Now, many of you would say, not a chance. It's absolutely awful. But the unfortunate thing is that there will be people that will be influenced by this. And at the moment, Katie Price is in Dubai, as you have seen from those two video excerpts. But it's also the case that she's been attracting attention on the beach, as you can see as per the thumbnail, because she's wearing a, as reported by the Mirror, barely there neon bikini. The former glamour model and reality star showed off her assets as she soaked up the sun fresh from partying in Ibiza with Wayne Lineker. Mum of 5, more about that in a moment, Katie, aged 47, flaunted her surgically enhanced body in the vibrant orange two-piece, showing off a multitude of tattoos and deep bronze tan. Her black hair was slicked back as she walked through the shallow waters, having undergone countless procedures. Her striking look comes just weeks after she had her 17th breast augmentation, sparking fresh waves of debate over her decision to repeatedly go under the knife for her looks. Although she's criticised by many for her surgeries and extreme weight loss, she remains defiant in her choices. Nullification of threat to control. Her recent outfit from her Dubai trip, a see-through mesh dress, which you've just seen, that showed off all her curves, caused people to voice their concerns that she'd be arrested. One user commented on her Facebook upload, "I didn't realise in Dubai you could walk around like that. I always thought Dubai had a strict clothes policy. I must have got that wrong." Another was more blunt, fuming, "You'd be arrested for wearing that in Dubai." A third added, "That outfit is totally disrespectful," while a fourth said, "She's a bit underdressed. Respect the country that you are in." Although there are actually no laws for dress code, there are around respecting UAE culture, and therefore any tourist who is deemed to be wearing inappropriate clothing is asked to agree to not do it again, and if they do, legal action could then be taken. Well, it won't be a surprise to learn that she would probably be deemed to be wearing inappropriate clothing and would be warned against it, but one couldn't imagine, because of her narcissism, that she would necessarily agree that she would tone it down. But whilst she's in Dubai, talking about herself and showing off supposed wedding attire, etc., it's her daughter's 18th birthday. Yes, her daughter, Princess, who naturally this narcissist claims to love and adore, but is absent for her 18th milestone birthday, instead preferring to stay in Dubai. Apparently, Price has claimed that she's currently stranded in Dubai, utilising that as an excuse to be partying and making it all about her, rather than showing any concern and actual genuine emotional empathy for her daughter. It's no surprise that this shambolic somatic narcissist behaves this way. You can see that the somaticism in her as a consequence of the focus on her appearance, albeit many people would say you don't really look that good. But remember, as a deluded narcissist, the distortion field of her narcissism causes her to believe that she does look good. There will always be some people that will be drawn to her, approving of her look, finding her sexually attractive. After all, there are 8 billion people on the planet and there's no accounting for taste. But the fact is, the necessity of having cosmetic surgery, the tattoos, the turkey teeth, the false eyelashes, etc., the appearances in a bikini and skimpy clothing are all representative of her behaviour as a somatic narcissist, which is to use her looks, whether you like them or not, to draw attention to her, to receive admiration, to provoke responses, and therefore receive fuel. The fact that she remains in Dubai missing her daughter's birthday is also representative of the self-absorbed nature of this narcissist. The fact also that she is once again engaging in self-promotion when apparently she doesn't have any money, but how is it that she's affording to live it up in Dubai, demonstrating a lack of accountability. Unusually, the cash device, which is Harvey Price, is missing from these videos. He must have been left at home so that she can gad about in Dubai. And while she's naturally entitled to go where she pleases, the fact is she has to ensure that we all know about this as part of the necessity of asserting control and drawing fuel through the utilisation of social media, accentuating her appearance, which of course is entirely in line with her status as a somatic narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.